It's more actually the speed. So we get to market a lot quicker than a standard IPO. Standard IPO would take about 9 months. Via a SPAC, it's about 4 months. So, via this process, we get to be the first fully diversified blockchain play on NASDAQ. When I say diversified, I mean we cover our solutions business, we cover what we see as being the future of investment banking, and our asset management business.
All right, let's talk specifically, because that's a lot of like jargon, and when I hear blockchain, I don't know whether that's enterprise blockchain or cryptocurrencies specifically. So when you say that, what do you mean? What is blockchain solutions?
So that's a great question. If you think about the solutions part of our business, that's enterprise blockchain. That's advising companies how to integrate blockchain technology into their overall corporate. The future of investment banking is helping corporates start to issue digital securities, which is the way that we see the future of this space going. A really interesting stat from the World Economic Forum recently was that by 2027, they anticipate that 10% of world GDP is going to be listed on blockchain networks. That's a $13 trillion number. And so that's what our future of investment banking, that section of our business, that's what it's there to accommodate.
So when you talk about that growth, though, it's also attracting a lot of scrutiny, including from regulators. In fact, this actually came up today when Fed Chairman Jerome Powell was on the Capitol Hill. And I just want to take a listen to what he said in response to a question.
While the project sponsors hold out the possibility of public benefits, including improved financial access for consumers, Libra raises many serious concerns regarding privacy, money laundering, consumer protection, and financial stability. These are concerns that should be thoroughly and publicly addressed before proceeding.
Right. So we're at the point now where we've got the Fed chairman talking about this, Congress talking about this, regulation's coming one way or another. Do you fear that regulation, or are you willing to embrace it?
No, we absolutely embrace regulation. In fact, our Chief Compliance Officer is the global chair for the Global Digital Finance Organization, which advises regulators globally. This is a really important thing for us. We're drawn to regulation. So we recently got our licenses in Hong Kong for our asset management business. We're covered as a licensed representative of an FCA regulated entity in the UK for our corporate finance business. And we're working with regulators globally to help them understand this space and what future it can have.
Talk to me about the types of clients that you see incorporating blockchain into their future. Throwing out examples, I think of like a Boeing or a GE trying to put their supply chain on blockchain, or a banking title company. Instead of having to pay some guy to show up at my closing for $10,000, couldn't my title on my mortgage be done via blockchain? I mean, really, what types of companies do you see really taking the lead on this?
Yeah, look, we talk to all sorts of companies in this space, investment banks through to real estate companies through to general corporates. So the biggest thing that we help corporates with effectively enterprise blockchain is data integrity. So if you think about a fungible, non-changeable record, and you can start to hash documents onto that blockchain, that's something that can help companies combat internal fraud, which is a huge problem for most companies.
When enterprise blockchain, there's a lot of hype about it, and we hear all these times about trials and companies or joint partnerships or whatever it is. And so far, I don't get the impression that very much has materialized in terms of meaningful changes to business practices of companies. What's going to change that?
I think that the implementation of data integrity solutions is actually huge, because all corporates have a responsibility to their shareholders to make sure that they're doing everything they can to mitigate against fraud.
Right.
And data integrity is a big part of that. Microsoft is actually rolling out an entire blockchain platform on their cloud services, Azure. And, they're looking at rolling out full off-the-shelf solutions that people can take on board. So, yeah, I mean, there are quite a few solutions that have shipped. And I think the future is very bright, actually.